If you're watching this, you've probably lost hope in Pi Network. The hype is dead, searches are down, and you're wondering if you wasted years mining. But here's what nobody's telling you. While everyone's complaining, node operators are quietly building the infrastructure that will determine who actually wins when the Pi explodes. In the next few minutes, I'm showing you exactly how nodes work, why ISO 2022 changes everything, and the one move you need to make before it's too late. You know what? This isn't hype. This is your real opportunity. Before we dive in, do this right now. Check the description and join my Telegram and Facebook pages immediately. You know why? I'm dropping exclusive node setup guides, real-time updates, and honest Pi discussions I can't share anywhere else. That's where serious pioneers are gathering, while everyone else sleeps. Hit those links now, then come back. And if this video gives you clarity, smash that like button and subscribe, because we're building something real here. Everyone keeps asking, when Binance, or when 100, but they're missing the entire point. The real wealth isn't being created by passive miners anymore. You know what? It's being built by node operators constructing the actual infrastructure. Think of it this way. Mobile miners claimed land, but node operators are building the roads, power grids, and entire city infrastructure. People who own infrastructure get paid every time someone uses it. Let me break down what a node is simply. Imagine you and friends keep a shared notebook of transactions. Instead of one person holding it, risky if they cheat, everyone keeps identical copies. When Alice pays Bob 5 coins, she announces it. Everyone checks their copy to verify Alice has the coins. If valid, everyone writes it down. You know what? That's exactly what a node does. It's a computer keeping track of transactions and making sure everything adds up. Because everyone has a copy, no single person can cheat. Here's the powerful part. Traditional banks store everything in one central database. One location, one point of failure. You know what that means. If hackers break in or the company fails, you're done. But with thousands of nodes across different countries, attacking becomes almost impossible. To manipulate the blockchain, you'd need to hack thousands of computers simultaneously. The cost would be insane, and you know what? That's why this creates trustless trust. You don't need to trust anyone, because the math protects you. Now, here's what separates Pi from dead crypto projects. ISO 2022 compliance. You know what this is? The universal language banks worldwide are adopting payments. Most cryptocurrencies float in isolation, disconnected from real finance. But Pi is positioning itself to communicate directly with banking systems. When Pi speaks the same language as banks, when it processes payments banks recognize, that's when things explode. Infrastructure providers become essential in a potentially massive ecosystem. Let's talk Web 3 because this is bigger than just Pi. Web 1 was reading static websites. Web 2 brought social media where we read and write. But you know what? You don't own anything on Facebook or Twitter, they own your content and data. Web 3 is about actually owning your internet piece. Social apps where you control content, marketplaces without middlemen taking cuts, financial systems where you don't need bank permission. You know what powers this? Nodes. Every decentralized app and transaction runs on node infrastructure. Here's a story that should wake you up. Early Ethereum node operators who set up infrastructure when everyone was skeptical positioned themselves perfectly. When DeFi exploded, when NFTs blew up, who got paid? Infrastructure providers. They earned fees from every transaction and service. You know what Pi is creating? The exact same opportunity in early stages. Node operators will earn transaction fees and hosting services as the ecosystem grows. You're probably thinking this sounds complicated, but you know what? It's more accessible than you think. You don't need a supercomputer, a decent desktop or laptop, stable internet, and willingness to learn. That's it. Visit the official Pi Network website and read the node documentation. Hardware requirements are surprisingly modest. Many use old desktops or small devices like Intel NUCs. You need a modern OS, decent CPU, enough RAM, and hard drive space. You know what's critical? Only download from the official website. Never third-party links. Let's talk about rewards because you know what? Your time and electricity deserve compensation. Running a Pi node significantly increases your mining rate with bonuses for uptime and reliability. But here's the long-term play. As Pi grows with real activity, every transaction includes small fees like Visa or Ethereum. You know where those fees go? Node operators validating transactions. Reliable nodes earn consistent income. When businesses build on Pi needing hosting, node operators become decentralized cloud providers getting paid for infrastructure. Timing and reputation matter. Running a node now builds a track record that proves your reliability and commitment, which could attract future partnerships when institutions look for trusted infrastructure providers. It won't make you rich overnight, and Pi's success isn't guaranteed, but contributing early puts you in the best position if it does take off. You'll gain technical skills, community credibility, and potential long-term rewards from transaction fees and hosting services. Even if Pi never becomes the next Ethereum, the experience and knowledge you gain are valuable and prepare you for how the future of finance might work. The way I see it, there's a big difference between gambling and making a calculated bet. Gambling is what most people do when they throw money at random meme coins, hoping to get lucky without understanding the project or the technology behind it. It's emotional, impulsive, and often ends in losses. A calculated bet, on the other hand, is about making informed decisions, investing your time and modest resources into something that has real potential, solid technology, and a growing user base. It's about seeing the bigger picture instead of chasing quick wins. When you commit to building infrastructure for a project like Pi, you're not just speculating, you're participating in something that could have lasting value. Pi already has millions of users and is positioning itself to integrate with traditional finance through ISO 2022 compatibility. That's a serious foundation. Sure, it could still fail, every project carries risk, but the odds look a lot better when there's a functioning ecosystem and real-world use cases forming around it. You're not betting on hype, you're betting on innovation and long-term adoption, and that's where the real risk-reward balance makes sense. You're not being asked to pour money into uncertain tokens, but to invest your time, electricity, and effort into learning a system that could redefine digital finance. Even if the outcome isn't massive profits, you'll walk away with technical experience, blockchain knowledge, and a better understanding of how decentralized systems operate. The potential upside, being an early infrastructure provider in a thriving ecosystem, makes the effort worthwhile. In my opinion, that's the kind of bet worth taking. So here's what I genuinely think you should do. Don't blindly follow me, but actually educate yourself. Visit official Pi network node documentation today. Read guides carefully. Join community forums where experienced operators share real knowledge. You know what? Even if you can't run a node immediately, start learning anyway. Understand the technology and why this matters. When ready, install the node software properly, configure everything according to official guides, and commit to keeping it running consistently. Monitor performance and stay updated with security patches. Look, I don't have a crystal ball about how this plays out. What I know is that the world is changing. Digital value is becoming as important as physical assets, and infrastructure to move that value securely needs builders. You know what? People building infrastructure tend to get rewarded. The node revolution isn't about quick money, it's about understanding where technology is heading and positioning yourself to be part of it. Make an informed decision instead of hoping things magically work out. Join my Telegram and Facebook communities in the description for honest discussions and practical guides. No hype, just real information. If this helped you understand better, hit that like button, drop your honest thoughts and comments, and subscribe for more straight talk. The revolution is happening whether you participate or not. The only question is whether you'll watch from the sidelines or be actively involved. Make your choice, and own it.